Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Thea, and I would like to introduce you to U-Defi. As a woman, I struggled with skin issues my entire life. I spent countless hours looking for the right skincare products for me. With this many products available on the market, I'm not sure what works for me and what does not. So I wasted time and money and still end up in frustration. As a scientist, I was in the lab working, and it just struck me that I can actually use this exact science I was doing and this exact method to test my own skin and formulate a unique skin product just for me. Introducing U-Defi, your personalized anti-aging skincare that is scientifically formulated uniquely to your skin. So how does this work? Our products come in 3 layers. First, we'll test your skin by sending you an at-home, non-invasive, adhesive tape. It's like a scotch tape that you attach to your skin, peel it off, and send it back to us. We'll test it in the lab for biomarker that is related to aging, such as inflammation, skin elasticity. Second, we will formulate a specific formula uniquely to you based on your skin concerns detected from this test. And third, but most importantly, we will engage you on the conversation of how best to maintain your beautiful glow and how your skin is doing with our products. Let's look at U-Defi on a real woman. Roshni is a 36-year-old woman. She just started a job and had a baby. Taking care of herself is not her top priority. When she came to us in December, we detect multiple skin concerns and formulate a unique formula with active ingredients that tackle each and every one of these issues. As little as 8 weeks, she has seen improvement in all those 3 categories. Now that you've heard how amazing how science and our products is, let's talk business. Why now is a good time for U-Defi to enter the market? Traditionally, women have shopped at CVS and Walgreens to look for products, or the more expensive options, such as a dermatologist. In recent years, due to the advancement in technology and science, and also the demand from customers for a premium, effective product, cosmetic companies start to offer a wide variety of customizations in skincare products. And this disruptive niche is what U-Defi is currently playing. Within this niche, we have multiple competitors, but we differentiate ourselves from our competitors because of our proprietary cutting-edge technology that allow us to test your actual skin and effectively formulate a cream just for you. And not only that, it allows you as customer to track the results of how effective our product is to your skin. None of our competitors were able to do this because they assess your skin based on a photo or a superficial questionnaire.
Awesome. Thank you, Thea. So let's look at how exciting this market is. U-Defi is tapping into the very lucrative beauty and skincare market. Globally, the skincare market is at $20 billion, and this number is expected to grow to $180 billion in 2024. Now, within the global skincare market, the facial cream market is at $10 billion. This is U-Defi's total accessible market. Now, U-Defi will first offer its operations in the US, and our products will target anti-aging. This brings us to a serviceable market of $1.7 billion. And based on our bottoms-up analysis, we know that we can reasonably capture 5% of this market at $85 million. So how will we infiltrate into this market? We have been conducting market research to really understand who our core customers are. And from this market research, we know that our customers are in their 30s, women, with increasing anti-aging needs. They have a medium to high income brackets, and they have a very busy lifestyle. They also spend a significant amount of time and effort into looking and feeling good. So they demand products that are effective and personalized. So from these insights, we've developed a marketing strategy in 4 areas that really target these customers. We will spend the majority of our resources on digital marketing, so using social media micro-influencers who resonate well with our target customers. And then we will also use lead generations from Facebook, Instagram, and Google Ads. And because LA is a trendsetter location, we will host pop-up events at places that our customers frequent. And then we will also devote some of our resources on print media and a U-Defi hosted beauty blog. This is an overview of our operational workflow. When a customer signs up on our U-Defi website, we will send a test kit to her home. She will collect her skin samples using the non-invasive tapes that Thea described earlier. She will ship those samples to a partner laboratory who will do the analysis. The results from the analysis will be plugged into our proprietary algorithm, which converts the data to a unique formulation. We ship and pack the cream to the customer. And 3 months later, she will receive a new supply of cream. We will also provide a second skin test 3 months after the first one to, 1, track the results, and 2, keep the customers engaged. And throughout this process, our customers will have access to not only our beauty support staff, but also a beauty blog to understand more about their skin health. So what about the cost? This is an estimation of our product cost. The 2 main drivers are direct labor, packaging and shipping, and the skin tests themselves. Our monthly subscription price is at $39.99 per month. That brings us to a revenue of $480 per customer per year, and so we have a product margin at 65%. This is an overview of our financials. The chart on the left shows our customer uptake from year 1 to year 5, and the chart on the right shows our revenue and net income growth. We expect to see a revenue of $30 million in year 5 and a net income of $6 million. So how will we make it happen? We plan to launch by the end of this year. And to get there, we've completed R&D phase 1. We're currently doing R&D phase 2. We're gonna launch a pilot later this summer to refine our formulation. And currently, we are forming our advisory board as well as recruiting more talents. And throughout this process, we have been very fortunate to receive support from some amazing organizations listed here. With that, I would turn it over to Katie.
Thank you, Van. So I just want to take a quick look at the regulatory field. U-Defi has 3 main areas in which we'll need to maintain compliance. These are state and federal regulations for skincare and cosmetic products, shipping and labeling requirements, and privacy concerns regarding our customer data. As far as legal risks, we plan to utilize a product liability insurance. This will offset any potential lawsuits. We are also working to protect our IP. We are working on filing a utility patent and finalizing our trademark filings. Finally, for operational risks, we've identified redundant contract partners. We are working on ways to reduce our product turnaround time, and we are seeking additional talent for the U-Defi team. We're seeking 2 rounds of seed funding. For this first round, we are seeking $500,000. The majority of this will be used towards marketing. We have an anticipated exit in year 5 at 35x and 100% IRR. Now that you've heard about our product and our business plan, let me tell you about the team who's going to bring it to market. I'm Katie. I'm a UCLA law student. I'm a former patent examiner, and I have intellectual property litigation experience both at a federal district court and at a large law firm. This is Van. She is a UCLA MBA student. She has 6 years of experience in healthcare clinical trials and expertise in supply chain management. And last but not least, we have Thea. She is a UCLA PhD candidate in molecular neuroscience, and she is our resident beauty and skincare guru.
With this amazing team, I'm excited to see my idea come to life. I'm also excited because no matter how hectic life gets, at the end of the day, we as women want to look and feel beautiful. At U-Defi, we want to start the beauty conversation beyond just the bottle cream and beyond the surface of the skin. We're passionate about helping women embracing and defining their natural beauty. U-Defi is your beauty, our science. Thank you, and I take any questions.
All right. Did I hear you say that the market is going, I don't know if you're talking about a skincare in general, is going from 20 billion to 180 billion in the next 5 years?
Correct. That's based on market reports from Mintel and Statista. So it's growing at, I think, 5% CAGR.
Okay. And then your penetration of 5% of the market that you're trying to capture, where does that number come from?
So the 5% is, so it was 10 billion and then 1.7 billion, and it's 5% at 1.7. And that's based on a bottoms-up analysis based on 3 main drivers. So our subscription model, our conversion rate based on our marketing, so social media marketing has a conversion rate, and then also the churn rate for the customers.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you explain to me how much time is required to analyze an individual person's skin condition to a point where you can create the formulation? As I understand it, they're paying $39 or so a month, right? $480 a year. And so to really do this personalized approach, I'm just not clear on the time and the effort that's required.
Thank you. That's a really good question. The time actual to test per person per skin is only take a day. However, for the scale analysis, we've analyzed that it will take us from 7 to 10 days from the test results to the cream. And we match each customer to one of 9 formulations based on their test results. And these 9 formulations has already mass manufactured.
So we've been talking with lab manufacturer, contract manufacturer, and contract laboratory, and we know that we can have the turnaround time be about 7 to 10 days from shipping of the samples to our partner lab to receiving of the cream.
I understand, okay, so I understand the 7 to 10 days, but I'm still not clear. How much time does the individual who is competent to do the analysis have to spend on an individual case? Do you spend 10 minutes analyzing the sample? Do you spend 3 hours analyzing the sample? And what are you paying those individuals in order to do that kind of analysis?
So these are standard protein analyses that are commonly used in research lab as well as clinical labs. For the assay itself, it takes 2 days. However, you can run as much as 200 coherently. It's high throughput because it's ELISA. You can actually run about 30 to 90 customers at once. It's high throughput assay.
And the individual that's doing that analysis is paid what?
So I can cover that. This is why we're outsourcing the laboratory testing. There are a lot of good contract laboratories out there who can do this type of testing. I myself used to work for a CRO, which is a contract research organization that does something very similar to this. And we've estimated the cost to be at $50 per test. Does that answer your question?
Okay.
Thank you.
And what do you estimate your customer acquisition cost to be?
Our customer acquisition cost at the beginning is about $90, and we expect it to go down as we're in the market and word of mouth takes more of a hold.
And have you factored in any numbers for people who are complaining, adverse reactions, and those type of things? Because I didn't see that in some of your numbers.
Right. So our revenue is taken into account any refunds. Right now, we're expecting a 5% refund, which is industry standard for subscription businesses.
But what are you going to have to pay for insurance for people who are making? Let's assume even the claim is not a valid claim, but they're still going to be making claims and things of that nature.
So we have an estimate on a product liability insurance. Our current insurance estimate, it's $1,000 minimum per year until we reach a certain amount of gross profit, and that covers $1 million per claim and $2 million aggregate for claims.
What are you modeling your retention numbers? How are you modeling your retention numbers when you think about customer acquisition and your overall expense?
Yeah, so a few different drivers. First, we know that the cost per click is about 40 cents to 60 cents per click. So based on our marketing spending, we'll have a certain clicks that we can get for our social media and marketing. And then from that, we have a conversion rate. So the industry standard for the beauty industry is 3 to 4%. our motto assumes a 1% conversion rate just because we're new. And then our churn rate is a 5% monthly churn rate, and that's also industry benchmark.
So am I correct? You said you thought your cost of acquisition would go down as you scaled?
That's correct.
So have you given any thought to what your total number of potential customers is?
Yeah, so we think that we can reasonably capture to 5% of the market at $85 million. That translates to about 200,000 customers, so active customers who subscribe for the whole year. In reality, we'll have to convert more than that to get the 200,000.
Right. So as you start to market at scale, you're competing against brands that have a lot more money
That's correct.
than you will as a startup, right? Have you given any thought to keyword analysis or to sectors for advertising on the channels you've chosen and how that might scale as you scale?
So are you asking about the cost? Or
So you have a lot of competing brands, as you mentioned. There are, as one of your early slides showed,
Right.
all of these brands that you're competing against, right? From the CPG giants all the way down to other startups. They're all targeting the same users, which are women that are looking for skincare of some type.
Right.
Now, your differentiation is that you have this scientific approach
And
by
it's personalized.
analyzing. It's somewhat personalized in that they're getting one of 9 solutions, right?
At the beginning,
At
we
the
do believe that at some point each woman should have a unique formulation for her, and that is what we will offer, just not at the beginning because as a startup, we're not able to offer unlimited formulations.
Okay. So let's say that in the United States, there's about 150 million women, and you think you're going to get roughly
200,000.
200,000 of those. And in order to do that, you have to advertise in the same channels as everybody else does.
That's correct.
And as you acquire more customers, you have to expand those channels, right? So I think your cost of acquisition is actually going to increase and not decrease, which is generally the rule for all DTC businesses operating at scale.
That's interesting. In our model, we made the assumption that as our products are very effective, we were counting on word of mouth. So that would mean that our cost of acquisition will go down. And this is something that's common in the beauty industry where, women would talk to each other about what works and what doesn't. But thank you for that feedback.
No problem.
I know you said that your target market was at like 30-ish women. Is
Sorry,
that
yeah,
so?
women
This
in
is
their
a
30s.
pretty high price point, like relative to other things that you could buy. And
Correct.
don't get me wrong, I know lots of women who spend lots of money on this stuff, but I guess I'm wondering, like, is that something that just for me, would I sign up for something that's gonna be $40 a month, $480 a year that I've never tried before, that I don't really know anything about, that I'm not totally sure, I just don't know. And so like, I know you're gonna be advertising in all of the sort of usual channels, but like there's a lot of noise there. So like, what is the thing that's gonna make me actually put my credit card in?
Right. So first, at the beginning, we'll offer satisfaction guarantee. So we'll do refund if you're not satisfied. And I think where we really distinguish ourselves is the market research that we have been doing and will continue to do. Because if we understand our customer profile really well, then we can target really well. And from what we've been studying, we're targeting women in their 30s. But these women also have medium to high income, and they're very busy. So we have a full profile of.
So that the 200,000 number that you just gave him, those are all 200,000 women that have the
The
demographic
profile,
that you
correct.
are going after. And how many SKUs are you, like how many different things are you making?
So we're starting with the anti-aging cream.
Is that one thing or two things?
That's one cream, one night cream, but we have different formulations, so each person will get a different formulation of the cream.
So those two things there are the same in different bottles?
Yes, this is a, mock-up of the,
No, I'm just asking.
but thank you.
I'd like to ask Thea a question, just from a scientific point of view.
Absolutely.
So I thought you were creating a whole personalized structure and so on, and now what you're really saying is that there's up to 9 formulations. So based on an individual woman's skin, how many different variations are there typically? Could there be 100? Could there be 200 if you were really doing a personalized approach? Or would you catch 80% of the people with 9 formulations?
Well, the reason why we have 9 formula is because we very careful when we choose our active ingredient to put into each of these cream to tackle the issues. And because we are a startup with small resources, we choose carefully 6 active ingredients with different concentration of each. And this per bottle, there is 3 formula. There's 3 active ingredient per formulas that tackle each and 3 of the issues that we're looking for that is related to aging. When we scale, we would like the active ingredients to be list to be larger. So there would be a lot more variations per women. And this is a complicated question, right? Because there has been not really thorough studies on how different women reacting to different ingredients and combination of the different ingredients. A lot of time, women put something on their face and it glow and they think it works, but it doesn't. So we're getting there by offering a limited number of really, really effective ingredients, the number of really effective things that we know works in our research and in our pilot launch, and we're gathering more data and do a due diligence on it. But yeah, I will definitely keep you updated on that.
I'm seeing the time card, if I could just offer the business standpoint of why we're choosing the 9 formulations. In order to have unlimited formulations, we would need in-house manufacturing and in-house laboratory, and that would be very CapEx intensive. And as a startup, we want to get to market quickly, build our customer base, and prove our model. And this is the best trade-off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.